Today we'll be visiting the Black Sage Vineyard in Oliver with winemaker Jason James and vineyard manager Troy Osborne. We'll also stop by the Black Sage Vineyard Hall at Sumac Ridge Winery, just north of the town of Summerland off Highway 97. Well, Jason, I was in Black Sage Vineyard at the beginning when Harry McWaters planted it. Now that's almost 25 years. We thought he was crazy planting red varieties. What can you tell us about Black Sage?
Yeah, he really raised some eyebrows when he did plant it because it's south of Oliver, tip of the Sonoran Desert, a really sort of dry area. But he proved them wrong, and with a little bit of irrigation, the vines grow, and we're able to control the vegetative growth with the water.
So how big is Black Sage, and what's happened over these 25 years?
Well, it's 50 acres. We're planting Merlot and Cab Franc off that vineyard. We've recently added a new piece of Black Sage, and on that we have Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz. We don't do a red blend. We focus on the strict varietals, really sort of highlight the fruit and their structure. The site is the perfect site for the three varieties we're growing, Cab Franc, Merlot, and Cab Sauv. Great heat units, low disease pressure. Troy Osborne, the vineyard manager, does a great job with Black Sage. A very dry site, great drainage, really opening up the canopy of the fruiting zone, really letting those grapes ripen. The fruit coming off is just amazing to work with.
Well, we're very fortunate here at Black Sage because we've got a fair bit of diversity in the soils, right. And we did a very extensive research on the soils before we planted this vineyard. So we dug holes every 100 meters and then cataloged all the different soil types and then planted the varieties based on the experience that we've had in the valley.
Do you work closely with Jason when he talks about flavor? He was telling us about the spice in Cabernet Franc and the texture in Merlot. Does that come back to you at some point when you're growing the grapes?
Well, yeah. I mean, we need to know what the winemaker wants so that we can try and achieve that in the vineyards. The reality is that you get the right amount of crop so that you're ripening at the right time. We want to ripen our fruit when we're getting the cooler temperatures, kind of late October.
Right.
When the flavor development is really happening. We'll get out there and taste, and when we think that it's getting close, we'll get Jason out. We don't often pick on numbers. It's all about the flavor. I mean, you can manipulate some stuff in the winery, but you can't add flavor.
Come and visit the wineries and stay for a couple of days or maybe even a week and really experience all that the Thompson Okanagan region has to offer.